What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Tuesday really does feel like a Monday, though.
Almost said Monday. Almost got you there. Almost slipped up, but I didn't. It is Tuesday, coming off the Labor Day weekend, and we are here. This podcast, as always, is presented by Macy's.
Yeah.
Macy's has you covered now that we are transitioning from summer, maybe into fall. Maybe you're not quite there yet, okay? Maybe you're still holding on to summer in September. But once October comes, guys, you're going to have to let it go, okay? You're going to have to transition into fall.
There was a crisp to the air this morning.
It was quite nice. It was
beautiful. Say, when I woke up and checked the temperature and it said 60 degrees, I was like, wow, how lovely. Sometimes Mother Nature just nails it, where it's like, oh, first day of school, I mean, it is still technically summer. The summer season goes till September 22nd, but you know, school starting, you get that little crisp in the air when the kids are going back to school. But you wouldn't say
your wedding is in the summer. Like, you don't have a summer wedding, even though technically it's in the summer.
It is technically still summer.
By like barely.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not really.
You don't have to put a label on the
I don't
season.
Have to put a
fall wedding?
It's because
it's a September wedding.
It's a September wedding because it's not really a fall wedding. I don't want people like in dark fall colors and
it's a September wedding.
Exactly.
You don't have to say summer or fall.
Yeah.
It's just September.
Put a label on it.
Stop putting so much pressure on me, Noah. Macy's has great selections, as we all know, if you are dressing for whatever season you want, and specifically their active wear if you are looking for workout clothes, athleisure stuff to just lounge around in, stuff to go to the gym in. They have great selections from brands like Nike, Adidas, and Reebok. So whether you're working out or running errands, Macy's has the perfect on-the-go outfits to keep you feeling great, looking good. If you're maybe going to the gym and then you're running a ton of errands, you can keep it on all day long. Great stuff. All those, those are go-to classic brands that will keep you feeling good. You can shop at Macys.com/active for all their active gear. I personally like all the Nike stuff. Always good. Always good. Classic. Always lasts a long time. Durable.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. Great outfits for the gym. So that's Macys.com/active.
Yep. Shop away. This podcast has our Jordan Chiles interview.
Yes.
And now we have to put a disclaimer on that because we recorded this interview before the bullshit calling on the medals.
Yep.
So some stuff was cut out of the interview because
we had to work around.
We had to work around
what we had.
The medals.
Yeah.
But the interview was still so amazing, and we really, really enjoyed our time talking with Jordan. So we still wanted to put it out because there's so many great things being discussed in the interview that have nothing to do with that medal. So we are putting that interview on this episode, and I would have loved to tell Jordan face to face, this is some bullshit. But this was recorded before that. But we all know.
Yeah, exactly. We love her. We support her. And we got the green light to kind of work around what we recorded and put that out. So
she is awesome
to do that.
And she has handled this with such grace because I can't even imagine like the feelings that she must be having. But she really is awesome. So I hope everyone enjoys that interview because it was fantastic. And we have, a full show.
Yes.
So how are you doing today?
It's a lovely, long weekend.
Beautiful weekend.
Really so nice. Soaking up the sun, some good family time, relaxing. I have been limiting my alcohol intake pre-wedding. Not going crazy. I'm trying to do like one day a week, one night a week, whatever it is. Because I'm not trying to like go cold turkey and then have one glass of champagne and be like, whoa. Like,
right.
I don't want to like just have that be the case. But I will say, quite nice. quite nice. Had a lovely weekend, relaxing, beautiful. went out to dinner one night, and that's when I had my cocktails. And then everything else was relaxing, being at the beach. Joe's nieces and nephews were all running around. We had a great time. And it was much needed. I was like really holding on to the weekend because I was like, this is the last weekend of kind of chill time and hold on to it. Yeah, exactly. So it was really nice.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Really soaking it in.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's amazing.
How was your weekend?
It was quite
How
nice.
was the US Open?
I really soaked it in as well. Hung out with some friends on Friday. Total relaxation on Saturday. And then Sunday we went to the US Open, which was so cool.
Yeah.
We were invited by a brand and we went, and it was really, really awesome. Just such a cool experience, and we were very close.
Yeah, you were. I was watching you guys on TV.
Yeah, which was crazy because, like, then I started getting nervous. I was like, oh my God, people can see us on TV. Like,
yeah.
And I'm trying, like, you're trying to be respectful because tennis is like, it's not a loud sport in my opinion. From what I've gathered, it's not like rowdy.
Yeah. There's the appropriate
time to like clap and cheer.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like the serving, everything is like hush, which I really quite enjoy, honestly. I think it's really nice. And it was just really cool. And because Matt did those tennis videos recently, he was very into it because he had met a bunch of these people and got to like serve against them, like try to serve against them, which was really cool. So that
some are saying this is the end of Carlos's career.
Some are saying the nickname Marty Mush has been transferred to Carlos, and the mush has
Carlos
happened.
Mush.
Yep.
Yes. Which, by the way, is why he got the nickname Marty Mush is because, it's a gambling nickname.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Unfortunate the big US Open tournament, right after doing that video, he lost quite early.
Right, when he's like the best tennis player in the world.
But I mean, it was Carlos and Joker both lost. So,
right.
The tournament's up for grabs right now.
It is.
I watched so much tennis this weekend. I don't know why. I enjoy watching tennis, but the US Open, for some reason, every year I like lock into so hard. And I watched so much tennis this weekend. I watched like the whole match that you guys were at. It was a great match.
It was such a good match. It was so cool. Watching Coco was awesome. Unfortunately, she lost, but just seeing her play and also just how they get so into it. Obviously, it's their sport, but like I love seeing the passion and the dedication right in front of our eyes. It was awesome. It was so cool, and I'm really, really like grateful that we got to experience it that close. I will say, like people put a lot of pressure on like, oh, like when we talked about like, oh, what am I wearing to the US Open? Like what kind of outfit? Like whatever. Most of the people there, the people who fucking love tennis, the spectators of the sport, are just wearing tank tops and shorts. They don't give a fuck what they look like. They just want to watch some tennis. And I really appreciate that. I didn't try to go too hard. I didn't try to go too, you know what I mean? Too crazy with that. I thought I had a cute little outfit on. But I see some people dressing to the nines, not in that area or, where like all the spectators are just dressed like tank tops, shorts, very, very casual, which was really great to see because I think people think that people are dressing up to go to the Oscars.
Right. I think everyone just
Open.
sees like from social media that people do trying like those people get dressed up,
which I love the cute outfits.
Yeah. There's just not that they don't make up the entire place.
But they barely. It's a very, very small fraction of the U.S. Open is dressed in that type of clothing. But I love a cute outfit, so go for it. Do your thing.
Couple honey deuces.
Those things
they're so good.
Real delicious.
Yeah, they're all over my TikTok right now.
Honestly, the best part about it to me is the melon.
People making their own too.
Like I think the best part about it is the melon.
Did you see the guy sitting in the back putting that TikTok came up? It was like, it had kind of gone viral. It was like just a man sitting in the back area of one of the concession areas, and he was just in a chair. He had a giant tray in front of him. He was just putting melons on the stick. Just one
No,
after
I
the
didn't
other.
see that.
And it was like unsung hero.
I'd like
like
to know how many
the
melons
melon
they go
guy.
through.
But I
Like, how many melons they have to go through at the US
Oh,
Open?
I mean,
Millions.
it's got to be. I thought about that too. I was like, how many honey deuces do they sell? The margins must be out of this world. Because what's a honey deuce cost? $20-something?
I think it was like $23.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it
And
is.
they sell so many of
It
them.
is insane, and they're so good.
They are delicious.
really good. And you know me, I'm one cocktail Rhea.
Yeah, you are.
I don't drink a lot. So to have me going back for
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
they're too good.
One drink Tony. That's
Yeah.
what we used to call my grandpa.
Right. And then you've put that nickname onto me.
Yeah.
I'm a lightweight, you know, what can I say?
Yeah.
I can't really put them back.
No.
You know? It is what it is.
It's great for many reasons.
It is great for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not like, you know, I see I saw Alex Cooper's like Unwell Network. They did like a video.
Yeah.
Like I saw it a lot on TikTok, and it was like, I'm 7 drinks
I
deep.
watched. They did their confessionals.
Yeah, they did their confessionals. I was like, I'm 7 drinks deep. And they're I'm like, how the fuck?
I'll be honest. I watched it and I thought of you immediately. I'm not gonna lie, because Maria went into the confessional and she was like, I've had like, I think she said, I could be wrong, but I think she said I've had like 4 cocktails and 4 or 5 shots. And for some reason, I don't know why, maybe just because her name is Maria,
Yeah.
like like I thought of you and I was like, oh my God, Rhea would be on her ass.
I would be dragged.
Yeah.
I literally would be dragged out of a place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
I mean, 5 shots for me, I don't take shots. I really don't anymore at all. So 5 shots for me would be lights out as well.
I would say my go-to is like 2 shots and a cocktail. Like that's a perfect combination for me.
That's a good sweet spot.
You know me, like I like a good shot, and like then you know, I've always been this way. Like I'm a lightweight. It hits me fast.
Yeah.
It hits me fast. But I saw that video and I was like, how the fuck are they having 7 drinks?
Yeah.
And they're talking perfectly fine.
I know.
How's that happen? But the honey deuces, they are just really, really fucking good. But
Yeah.
sometimes they give you 2 melons. Sometimes they give you 3 melons. You know?
Damn, the melon guy.
The melon guy. It's not
not an
consistent.
even distribution.
It's
Oh,
not.
I remember when I went a couple years ago, the lady was like, if you give me like sign me a little extra cash, every time you come back, I'll just like pour more alcohol into yours. And she did.
Wow,
Wow,
that's really
that's
nice
nice.
of her.
Deal.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you. I did think about, I was like, ooh, should I get some champagne? Like, should I be classy? Should I get some champagne? But how are you going to do that when the honey deuce is
No,
sitting right there?
you got to get the honey deuce.
Because I love a nice glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Some wine.
Yeah,
Wine is my go-to
But you-
drink of choice.
totally. But time and place.
But time and place. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm drinking red wine at the,
no.
it's like, okay, who you're trying to be?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to impress right
You're
here?
just like courtside, like
I'm just sipping red wine, which probably would be really nice, but it was
Yeah.
really hot.
super. Yeah,
It was really hot. So
Any good celebrity sightings?
Serena Williams and Alicia Keys.
Serena Williams also was trying the honey deuce because I saw her TikTok, or whatever she posted on, also made it to TikTok because she was like, "This is my first time having one. Always been a player. Never,
didn't think of that.
never had the drink." But she requested hers was made with tequila because she drinks tequila. I'm sure that is also delicious.
Right.
Whatever.
No matter
honestly,
which way-
whether you're a vodka or tequila gal, I'm sure it's still absolutely divine.
They're so delicious. It was really, really fun, really cool. Just a great experience, and I was thankful to go. I was really happy to be there. And then it was my brother's 30th birthday, so I went from the U.S. Open to my parents' house where they had a little party for my brother's 30th birthday, and my sister got a karaoke machine.
Amazing.
And like who's gonna, like, my brother's like, all right, who's gonna start the karaoke? And
Obvious answer.
and it's like, like, it's your birthday. Like, you start the karaoke. You wanted the karaoke machine. You start the karaoke. But all of a sudden, my MC hat came on. And I was like, all right, everybody who wants to sing some karaoke, let's get up there. My sister and my cousin, back when we were much younger, we were at a communion. I'm talking really, like, I was really young. But we were at a communion. and my sister and my cousin sang. There was like a karaoke battle, and like the DJ at the communion. Yes.
After party?
No, it was during like, well, not
it wasn't
at the
at Mass.
It wasn't at Mass. Obviously, it was the communion party
Yes.
after. And there was a karaoke battle, and the DJ had to pick like a winner. And my sister and my cousin sang Baby Got Back. But they sang the whole thing, and then they got disqualified for the word horny. So I said, all right, you two, redemption. And I made
It was a communion.
Yeah, I made them sing Baby Got Back. So that got the party started.
That's a great karaoke
Of course.
song.
And they were crushing it.
Yeah.
And then I sang a little with my mom. And then I just all of a sudden had this MC personality the whole night. And I was like, I gotta reel it back. And nobody wants to do karaoke anymore. It's time to wrap it up. It's getting
you are
late.
literally MC.
That is my initials. That is true.
The MC is just...
It's built in
It's just
me.
built in.
It's built. My brother-in-law was like, "Wow, you are really getting the crowd going."
Yeah.
I was like,
you are a host.
Engraved in me.
Yeah.
I'm an entertainer. So you all better fucking sing right now. Yes. So it was a great weekend, and then I
what song did you sing with your mom?
Purple Rain.
Yeah,
We did Purple Rain and Darling Nikki. My mom's a huge Prince
loves
fan.
Prince.
She fucking loves Prince. So we sang some Prince. My sister and I sang Total Eclipse of the Heart. Fantastic song. That's a great karaoke song. None of us are particularly good singers though, so I don't think anybody was really loving it.
Right.
They weren't loving listening to us.
Yeah, well, they have no choice.
And one of my cousins can actually sing like really well. And they're never the ones that want to sing the karaoke. We were like, come on, sing for the family. Come on.
They're like, I'm above this.
Yeah, like, please, leave me alone.
I am above this level of talent.
Right. But it was really such a fun weekend and great relaxing overall.
It was. I love Labor Day weekends, even though it does mark the end of like the summer season, or summer does continue on, like I said, but it's school. When the kids got to go back to school, that changes things. The weekends you're just not as available. Not us personally, but family members.
I was thinking
all those things, all the people with kids.
Right. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, damn, people got to go to school tomorrow. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go to school tomorrow?
I know.
That's the worst feeling.
Or it's the best feeling. Like, if you're going back to college.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
Oh. You were never excited to go back? I guess, like, if you're in middle school or high school, you're like...
I mean,
no.
a little bit.
Never excited to go back
really
to school.
In middle school. In high school, depending on the year, maybe just senior year.
I don't think I ever was really, but
no.
I think everyone like
you get bored.
You're having such a good time in the summer. You're like, why would I want to go back to school?
I still am to this day not a morning person, and that was always the toughest part because summer, you're on your own time, depending on, obviously, like if you have a job or other things like that working in the summer. So maybe things are changed, but like that, getting back on that schedule was always the worst.
Yeah, for sure. I used to sleep really late, and it was good because during the summer in high school, I worked as a hostess at a restaurant. So like I wouldn't go in until the nighttime.
Yeah.
Which was nice. But then it also, I used to get out by like 9:30, 10, so I'd be able to make the parties.
Yeah,
I'd beg my friends to pick me up. I'd be like, please come pick me up so that I can come to the party. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was a must.
It was, I'm not missing.
No.
I'm not missing out.
No.
Because I'm packing pizzas in the back here.
No. No. Oh my God, I had that job too for a little while. Same kind of thing. But I used to I'd like scarf down a dessert before leaving. Oh, I worked at one Italian place. No, not for long. Probably maybe a few months, like a summer job. And they had the best. Oh, the honestly, it's not even made. It's just like a dessert. Honestly, it's just one of my favorites. The tartufo. And I would just go into the freezer, and if there was any extra ones, they would let me have it. You just crush that bad boy open with the cherry in the inside.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh God, so good.
That's
so
good stuff.
Good.
Yeah, that was the perk of working at a restaurant, is getting the food.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. I actually had it. Another Labor Day weekend staple. like a good ice cream cone, something. I had a good. We had some Marvel.
Oh
Yeah. Boy, did it hit the spot.
Do you get the classic pistachio strawberry swirl? No.
I go simple.
The Marvel pistachio and strawberry swirl is like their thing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm not a big pistachio gal.
Oh, really?
In the flavors of just in general.
In life?
Yeah. Not a big pistache. My dad loves it, but
Oh.
Yeah. You know me. You make fun of I just a chocolate.
Well, I appreciate your love of chocolate
twist.
And who doesn't love chocolate?
Yeah.
But for some reason at Marvel, it's there's something real good about it. Give it a little lick.
I know.
Next
I just
time,
wanted
you know
like
what I mean?
Yeah. You know, just when you're in the mood for just a classic.
Oh, of course.
Simple.
Vanilla
You want
chocolate
the
swirl.
ice cream to be the star.
Yeah. Vanilla chocolate swirl with sprinkles.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Play the hits.
You're not looking for like crazy toppings or anything.
No.
You just want that delicious ice
little
cream.
Cone.
Yeah.
Playing the hits.
Yep.
Noah, how was your weekend?
Fantastic.
Pretty uneventful. I have to shout out it's my sister's birthday today. So
Hey!
Happy birthday, Lily.
Happy birthday, Lily.
But no, I pretty much did nothing. I was just like, you know what?
Did you guys do anything for your sister's birthday? Or were you
No,
not with
because
them?
she lives in Boston. She had to like move apartments in Boston, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. So my parents helped her. I'm not gonna go to Boston to help her move. I guess I could.
No, why would no? Oh my God, unfathomable. Her birthday weekend, she's moving. Psh, I'm not going up there.
Oh, well, we never went to Jenks. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
We never went to Jenks. The weather was shit.
Well, the
Yeah.
funny thing is that I was thinking of, because I had the same thought on Friday. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go. And then I looked out the window. I'm like, it's cloudy. Like it's pretty cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it's like by the time we would have got there, it would have been nighttime. And
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
it was like a little chilly. Like in
Yeah.
in Jersey, it was like windy,
Yeah.
cloudy. The
Yeah.
weather was not good.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, on Friday night. I was like, we're going to take an Uber an hour away to Jenks on the beach in the wind and clouds.
yeah. So
Yep.
we didn't go.
Yeah, so we never ended up going.
You
So
weren't
next
able to
year.
close out the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, well, we'll be
Is
back
Jenks
there next
like
year.
closed now? Like how does that
No.
work? Do they stay? How long do they stay open?
Probably till the end of the like Parker House stays open a couple more weekends.
Yeah.
It's just like till the end of
Yeah.
the summer.
Never say never.
End of the summer.
Yeah,
the
you're
real
right.
summer season.
No,
you know?
honestly, I'm all booked up until December. So
Till December.
truly, I'm
Yeah.
all booked up until June of next year.
Yeah.
and
Catch us-
that is actually not a lie.
Catch us in like
No,
July
honestly, July,
2025.
we are booked up until July of 2025. And that is not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and go through everything, but
No.
like truly until July 2025.
Yeah.
We got, so
Yep.
Jenks,
Yep.
unfortunately, is over for the summer, but catch me Jenks July 2025.
Yeah.
I'll be there for my birthday again.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into the topics for today. Big One Tree Hill news. A little spinoff is coming back.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yep.
Bad news, honestly. Artem from Dancing with the Stars arrested for domestic violence.
Not good.
Not good at all. Jax Taylor reveals he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. And Brad Pitt and George Clooney had a little double date,
Venice Film Festival.
which, is filled with claps and
Standing
double
O's.
dates. Yes. And we also have the weekly watch report and our interview with Jordan. So let's get into it. If you've ever wanted to bet on sports but you don't know how to, we get it. How do you get started? How do you make a bet? With so many options, who can you trust? My friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, are making it easier than ever. DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Placing your first bet is simple. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select a sport like NFL, select an option like touchdown scores, and pick who you think will score and place your bet. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get a $250 in bonus bets instantly. Are you ready to do a touchdown dance on your own like I said? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHICKS. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Once again, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHICKS. Only on DraftKings. The season is about to start. You don't want to miss out. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHICKS only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. So this news really came out of nowhere. Like, I don't think any person was expecting this One Tree Hill news to hit the airwaves when it did. And I'm completely shocked. So this is happening.
It's 100%
Sophia
happening.
Bush and Hillary Burton are making this One Tree Hill spinoff happen. Now, I know that Hillary Burton and... Why am I blanking on her name?
And
Bethany.
And Bethany Joy Lenz.
Don't get along, right? They had a falling out.
It seems to be... So I've been deep into this because TikTok knows what I like. And the videos I see, the conversations around this, because obviously the Drama Queens podcast, Hillary is now no longer doing it, which they have said is because, now they're to the seasons that Hillary is not on. But it looks like behind the scenes, there's been some issues. There was perhaps some book drama. There's been some rumors that Joy, Bethany, whichever name you so desire to call her, people switch. They had led Sophia and Hillary to believe that her book was going to be about more of like the whole cult situation. She was in a cult.
Yes.
And then when the book title was announced and the book cover was announced and all these things, the like inside being in a TV drama and all those things, it sounded like she was talking more about the show, which they had not expected because apparently they were maybe going to do a book like the three of them and talk about the show. But then I don't know. Hillary has written a few books already, and then they were saying, the book cover was looking kind of similar to what Hillary's was looking like. And then Hillary posted on her story, when people say imitation is like the greatest form of flattery, it was like, I think, whatever. It's basically being like, I don't like imitation. So then there was like the book drama, and then there's been some rumors as well that as time has gone on, specifically Bethany has posted, apparently Bethany has a private Instagram, and she was sharing some of her thoughts, beliefs, morals on that, and they don't align with how Sophia and Sophia and Hillary feel. Allegedly, there was some thoughts about, I think like maybe the gay community, and Sophia, like there was alleged comments from Sophia, like, the whole thing. So they seem to not, they just kind of seem to be on the outs in a way that's like, hey, we don't see eye to eye.
Are they still doing the podcast together?
Sophia and
Bethany, Hillary is off.
Hillary's
the podcast.
off.
Yes.
But I think it's kind of like now it's become more of like a working relationship. It's like they do it, but they're not besties behind the scenes.
Do people think that Bethany Joy or whatever still has like culty vibes?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, culty vibes for sure. It's just more of like she has a different, she believes it, like she's got
her morals aren't
thoughts.
aligning.
Their morals are not aligning. Yeah. Their beliefs are not aligning. Mm-hmm. And so that drama has been going on. So now it's like, now Hillary and Sophia make this announcement that they're bringing back One Tree Hill, and it seems like they've been in the process of doing it for a while or wanting to do it. So it will be interesting to see who comes along to do it with them. Mm-hmm. Because right now it doesn't seem like Bethany Joy is attached at all. It was Danielle Ackles. Danielle? How do you say her name? It's like Daneel. Danielle?
Yeah.
Rachel. It's her and her husband's production company that's helping make the show and all these things. So they're coming to Netflix. That was the big announcement that
that's huge.
Are doing a Netflix show. And it sounds like, And they also posted, Bevan was in the photo as well.
Not in High School Musical 2.
No. And they both posted the same caption, Hillary and Sophia, with the picture. They said, what if you really can go back home? If there's an opportunity to team with brilliant creatives and build a space where all our friends can show off their talents, own our history, reclaim our turf, honor our fans, sign us up. There's only one Tree Hill after all. And you, the hashtag OTHFam, have shown us that it's not just an idea. It really is a place where, quote, everything's better and everything's safe. So I understand why they would want to do it. You know, they've been very open about their experience on the show and behind the scenes, and how the original creator of the show was a bad guy and made them all uncomfortable, put them all in uncomfortable situations, was just a bad person to be around. And I can understand like wanting to go back and kind of get to do it the way they want to do it now. But as somebody that fucking loves One Tree Hill, like maybe one of my all-time favorite shows, I don't know, because it's like all the stories are gonna change. Like there was something so you make peace with the way these character stories have ended, and you got Lucas and Peyton driving off with their baby in the convertible,
right,
and living their life, and off they go.
Right now, are we gonna have Peyton and Lucas together?
Well, Chad Montgomery is not gonna do the show. Already been said.
Confirmed?
Yeah.
So now we have to be. So now Peyton and Lucas are not together.
Right. Well, this is the thing. So like now, what do? Is Lucas dead? Are they divorced?
No.
Like
I don't want that to happen.
No, I know. But that's,
and I support them wanting to make their show.
I know.
And you know, like you said, they had such
when not everybody does it.
No, it's so true. And also they, you know, did have such a bad experience. So wanting to like sort of rewrite that history, but when you are not including the rest of the cast, like Lucas not being a part of it with, like, I understand if Nathan and Haley are not in it at all. Like, both of them not in it.
Yeah.
But when you have Peyton in it, you gotta have Lucas in it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, it's the same. I mean, Brooke, like, so the sequel is going to be 20 years after the show's finale. Peyton and Brooke are adults and they have their own teenagers, quote, facing challenges not unfamiliar to what they tackled in the original series, like love, insecurities, and grief. So it says, yes, that means we'll be seeing Brooke's twins, Davis and Jude, all grown up. But, like, she's probably not with Julian. Sophia Bush and Austin Nichols were a real life couple, and I don't know if they're probably not going to go back to working together.
Right. They're both not going to be with them.
I think they'll.
None of them are going to work.
This is the thing. I think they'll probably, like, Julian and Lucas. See ya. There was one potential scenario.
They're going to kill them both off.
One's dead, one's divorced.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have to have one dead, one divorced.
Yeah.
You can't kill them both off.
No. But I imagine that could be the scenario. Which is just like, I just don't really want.
But then one of them's, but here's the thing. Then one of them's divorced, and then like they're like a deadbeat dad who's never in the picture, never comes to see the kids are all never there.
Never see him.
You know what I mean? Then now we have this bad view.
Yeah, like the characters of Julian and Lucas are just screwed in this scenario.
Because they're both like, it's supposed to be a nice story. You know what I mean, at the end of it, it's supposed to be for Peyton and Lucas, it's supposed to be a nice story.
To love the way things ended and the way things wrapped up as for characters. I did see, who was it? I did see Brian. There were so many comments of ex-cast members and people being like super excited for it. I'm sure there's going to be tons of people who do want to do the show. Brian Greenberg, who played Jake, commented Jayton, which is one where I was like, okay, you want to bring Jake back around? I'm not opposed, because I was a big Jayton fan.
That gives me like Aiden coming back for
100%. Same kind of thing.
Sex in the City
Same
vibes.
He was not.
He wasn't the first choice. He wasn't the first choice.
But now Lucas is dead. Just like
but he is the good guy. You know,
just like Big.
He maybe should have been the guy.
Yeah. Arguably what could have been like arguably better.
Yeah. Yeah, respectful.
Yeah. So
Lucas was out of control. Lucas, like, we don't talk enough about how out of control Lucas was.
No,
he was
I
with
know.
Brooke. He was with
guys, I'm like, this is my biggest thing.
Lindsay.
The internet.
Why was he with Lindsay?
Yeah, the internet hates me for it, but I am a latent apologist. I rewatched those episodes probably more than any other ones because I wanted them to be together so badly.
But everybody wanted them to be together.
No, people fucking hate them now.
Really?
Yes.
Watching it back?
Yes, hate.
Interesting.
They're
Because people really wanted them. I mean,
Yeah.
watching One Tree Hill for the first time, I wanted Peyton and Lucas to be together.
No, now they don't.
When you're an adult and you see how Lucas treated Peyton.
Yeah.
And Brooke and how Peyton acted with Lindsay, you're like, what the fuck were they doing?
Yeah, I made a TikTok where I was
you root for them.
Yeah, I made a TikTok where they were ranking the like One Tree Hill couples, and I was being my honest self, and I put Layton up pretty high, and people were like, this list is ruined after Layton was so high.
Okay,
so,
well,
like,
don't believe
it's the
those
younger
comments
generation
because
it's they're out on Layton.
They don't get it because
people who are
there are
rewatching now.
so many people that stand with you.
Yeah,
and I was one of them. I, of course, rooted for Peyton and Lucas to be together because it was like, these two clearly love each other.
Yep.
Why are they not just embracing it and admitting it to themselves? It's also a TV show.
Yep.
And you root for that in a TV show. In real life, we would be like, stop. But it's a TV show.
Totally. So people like Robert Buckley, Tyler Hilton, like I said, Brian Greenberg, Janet Kramer, Daphne Zuniga are all people that have like commented, showing interest of maybe wanting to do it.
Of course, Janet Kramer's like...
Sign her up. Chad Michael Murray has, quote, no plans to return to the series. This leaves many fans wondering how a storyline so central to the show will be dealt with in a sequel. The other big question is whether or not James Lafferty and Lenz will return as Nathan and Haley Scott. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Bethany is like running back to this show. Like if Hillary and Sophia are kind of running this thing and there's all this tension as a group, I don't know. I think James would do it, maybe. But then it's like, you can't have one without the other. Like if they bring back one of Nagely and not the other, now we're really gonna have a problem,
right?
You know?
Because you
give us one couple that's still together, because they're gonna have to break up all the other ones.
At this point, just say Nathan and Haley are together and they're
totally
like off on the side. And they don't,
100%. He's a basketball coach in Germany or something. Like, just let them.
Yeah, let them be.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, 20 years later, Jamie has his own kids. Like, Jamie's like 30.
Right. So true.
Maybe Nathan and Haley are like, maybe they just bring
Jamie back. That would be awesome.
Jamie's one of their like high school teachers or something.
Maybe he's a basketball coach.
Maybe he's the basketball coach
of the high school.
Yeah.
Why don't they
young basketball
have
coach.
us on to write the show?
Yeah, call us up. We got ideas.
Come on.
But yeah, sadly, this is what, like, my first reaction was, oh my God, how exciting, One Tree Hill coming back. Amazing. Second thought was, oh man, they're going to kill some people off immediately.
Right.
There's going to be some breakups. Some people are not going to come back. Brooke and Peyton are going to have completely different stories.
They also mentioned grief.
Yeah.
As part of the things that they will be dealing with.
Yeah.
So one of their dads.
God.
You know.
Lucas is definitely going to be dead.
No.
Damn it.
Right.
It's going to be Lucas. It's going to, like, Brooke, no offense, love Brooke. She's amazing. But, like, Brooke and Julian, they don't work out. They get divorced, you know?
Julian is living somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas,
but I think they're going to kill
unfortunately
Lucas.
has to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. All right, moving on.
I'm not going to love that, but I'll watch.
Yeah.
I'll be watching 100%. I will 100% be watching.
100% will be watching. Moving on. Artem, this is bad news. Artem from Dancing with the Stars, arrested for domestic violence.
Really, really bad. We don't have too many details, so we don't really want to speculate too much, but police were called to their home. They're in like the Napa Valley area. He was arrested, and that's kind of like all. I mean, we don't really have too many details. Nikki Bella was seen. Nikki Garcia. They've kind of dropped the Bella thing. Was seen getting on a plane and going to host she did the, what's his name? the hot dogs. Joey Chestnut. They did like a Netflix show where they, since he wasn't allowed in the big competition this year. And Nikki was a host with Rob Riggles. So she did that. She was not wearing her wedding rings. People noticed as well. But totally a situation where you want to give her that privacy. I'm sure when she's ready to speak about it, if she ever is, that's up to her completely. But really just a bad scenario with Artem. This TMZ article that just came out said Nikki Bella is on the hunt for a divorce lawyer. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Nikki has been making calls since Friday, and we're told her intention is to file to end her marriage. Nikki began the search a day after, quote, Artem allegedly attacked her, resulting in some physical injury that triggered his arrest for felony domestic violence. This is felony domestic violence.
Awful.
Our sources also say Artem is not staying at the family home. We're told he's been staying at a friend's house. Nikki is in the family house with their 4-year-old son, Mateo. And like we said, Artem was arrested Thursday for felony corporal injury to a spouse or cohabitant after he called paramedics to request medical assistance for the alleged victim. They have the, I believe TMZ has like the phone call and all of those things that TMZ gets, of course, but
it's
so sad. I'm so sad for Nikki and Mateo, and Nikki's so great. It was like 2 days before they were celebrating their wedding anniversary. Big Instagram post of their moments from their wedding, and all. It's just really, really bad.
That's
really bad.
So bad.
And you just hope that the Artem suffers the consequences of his actions.
It's like, what? Oh God. I mean, I know that it's kind of like, but you just begin to think how do you end up? How do you end up like that?
It's just
what makes you do something like that? Yeah. It's just fucking awful.
Really bad.
But obviously want to respect Nikki's privacy because I'm sure she's going through a very tough time right now. And now everybody knows, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Moving on, Jax Taylor made a post about him going to an inpatient facility to work on some things. He said that he has always felt like something had been, wrong with him, and he realized that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. Yeah. He's, trying to work his way through these new diagnoses and I guess get better.
Yeah, I think there's not much to say about this. Then you just hope he does take those necessary steps. And you could always, with him, it was a lot of criticism. His actions were always met with speculation, and he kind of got that reality TV villain label. And we've seen him battle with conversations with Brittany or with friends or whatever, of people trying to get him to get help, and he's avoided it for a long time. And there's a whole plethora of reasons, I'm sure, that for that. And I think sometimes when you also deep down kind of know or have a feeling like he's alluding to that maybe something is not right, you're afraid of that, obviously, and afraid of what that means. So he's avoided this for so long. He checked himself into a facility. He's hopefully getting help from doctors and learning how to manage his life in a better way now.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because as much as I'm not a fan of Jax, and I don't respect a ton of things he's done in the past and how he's treated a lot of women and other people, mental health is such a serious thing. And to find out that you had been dealing with this kind of stuff but not really facing it head on can be a little bit jarring, I bet, for him, to find this out about himself now. So I do hope that he gets the help that he should get, and that helps him along the way, because in the past he has not gotten that help. But hopefully in the future he will.
Exactly.
Also, so he can just better himself, better his life. You know, he's a dad.
He's a dad, yeah.
Just all
so
around.
Important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chicks in the Office is sponsored by BetterHelp. Kids are always learning new things, maybe in school, new hobbies. They're picking up new things. As adults, sometimes we don't pick up new things every day. Maybe you want to pick up gardening. Maybe you want to pick up painting. Maybe you want to pick up bowling. Who knows? Maybe you just want to get really good at bowling and beat your friends. Therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder because your back to school era can come at any age. If you're thinking of starting therapy, you can give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/office today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office. Once again, if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp, it's entirely online. And Chicks in the Office is sponsored by BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/office today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office. Last topic, Brad Pitt and George Clooney on a double date in Venice. The Venice Film Festival is happening. A lot of Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo and Louis Partridge.
Mm-hmm.
They were all over and they were looking fabulous.
Very fabulous.
They were looking incredible. I just had to throw that in there before we talk about this double date that was happening because they just ate it up. The pictures, the applause, everything. They looked fabulous. And then we had a Brad Pitt, George Clooney double date.
We did. Brad Pitt was wearing some flare pants, which really caused a commotion. But anytime you see the Venice Film Festival is just got to be one of the coolest ones because you get on those boats, you're in your outfits, you're being photographed. It's just a level of fabulous. That is unmatched.
A level of fabulous that's hard to attain.
Completely.
And I will say the Venice Film Festival also must be exhausting because you are clapping for very long periods of time.
Yeah, the newest one is a Julianne Moore, Tilda Swinton movie. It's called The Room Next Door. It received a 17-minute standing ovation.
That's absurd. I don't believe that.
Holy shit.
Like 17 minutes?
I mean, why? What do you mean not believe it? Like you think they're making that up?
With people just nonstop
No,
clapping for something.
I believe it. This is the Venice Film Festival.
Yeah.
They
Also,
will
happy
clap.
anniversary to Spitgate.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yep.
Did he or did he not spit on Chris Pine?
According to Variety, at around 14 minutes into the standing ovation, their director, Pedro Almodovar, was seen signing autographs and taking selfies with fans. The outlet reports that the standing ovation surpassed the festival's applauses for Brady Corbett's The Brutalist, which went on for 12 minutes, Pablo Larraín's Maria, 8 minutes, and Justin Kurzel's The Order, 7 minutes.
You know, when you are getting the 7
Measly
minutes.
7 minutes.
Right, 7 minutes is like you might as well get spit on. That is the real Spitgate.
Drop in the water, you know?
That's the real Spitgate, getting only 7 minutes compared to 17.
Yeah. 17 minutes is long, but yeah, the Venice Film Festival is one of those events. And then also it's like you see because it's Italy as well. Armani Beauty, they always have their people there. You know, Chase Stokes, Lily Reinhart, Cami Mendes, they're all looking absolutely divine.
Right.
Really just
leveling up for the Venice Film
Festival. Everybody cleans up for the Venice Film Festival, and that is also Brad and George's way as well. Amal looked stunning.
Let me tell you, George and Amal are just a cool couple.
Yep.
They're a cool couple.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you know, I look at Brad Pitt in a different light.
Yeah.
You know, his kids are dropping his name and you just...
Yep.
It doesn't hit the same.
Right. He's went to the Tom Cruise School of Parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're just like, no thanks.
Yeah, which is not... You automatically think to yourself, that can't be good.
No. Definitely not. He is now dating Inez de Ramon, who was previously married to Paul Wesley
of Vampire Diaries
fame. And I was saying, you know, what a jump from date nights where maybe they're sitting around, Ian Somerhalder is there, they're drinking their bourbon. I don't know. They make some sort of alcohol together.
Yeah.
And now you're on one of the wooden boats in Venice with George and Brad. Perhaps George has some Casamigos there, you know? Although I think they sold Casamigos, but you know, still the name.
Right.
The
it
whole,
still hits.
Yeah.
I'm sure he still has a share in it.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's just, you're on the boat now you're with George and Amal.
That was with Randy Gerber, right? Casamigos.
Yes. Yep. And they sold it for like, I want to say billions of dollars.
Yeah. And to be clear, Randy Gerber is the husband of Cindy Crawford.
Yes.
Father
of Kaya Gerber.
Of Kaya Gerber.
Yeah.
Dating Austin Butler.
Yeah.
If you want to really go down the line here.
Right.
I never understood the George Clooney.
Starred in the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
Back with Brad Pitt.
Full circle. Mm-hmm. I never understood the George Clooney
allure.
Mm-hmm. Now I do.
George is...
Maybe it's because I turned 27.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden I understand.
Yeah, you get it now.
The allure to George Clooney.
Yep. I mean, George just seems to have not ruffled too many feathers on his way, where it's like, yes, Amal is younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to, I could misspeak here. Amal's certainly younger than him, but I don't know.
Don't tell me Amal is like 25 years younger than him.
I mean, close enough. It's fucking 20 years almost.
Oh.
She's 46. He's 63.
Oh, she's in her 40s.
Yeah. But it's like when they started dating, she wasn't 24, you know? Mm-hmm. And he was, 30,
How long have they
whatever.
been dating? Or have
they've been married
together?
For, God, I mean, now at least 10 years.
Yeah.
I want to say.
They began dating in 2013.
Yeah. Okay, so in 2014 they were engaged. So it's about 10-ish years.
So how old? So she was 30 something.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So that I can get more on board.
So it's not about the gap, it's about how old they are.
I think it's like, because I think when someone's in their very early to like before legal drinking age and they're dating someone who's 40 something years old, that to me is bizarre.
You just gotta grow up so much more,
right?
And
then when you're in your 30s, and George Clooney comes along,
yes, and they do have
and it seems like they have a respectful relationship.
Yeah. There's no, from what we see, no drama.
No foul play.
Can't say the same about Brad Pitt.
No, cannot say the same
Can't
about
say
him.
the same about Brad Pitt. So I'm not, I personally don't know if I would be lining up to date Brad Pitt.
No.
If I was her, Inez. But
she did.
She's there.
She's there with him.
He's a hard guy to pass up.
In Venice.
Looks wise.
Why don't you date him then,
yeah,
Noah?
I would, Brad.
Okay, Brad, call Noah up. He's waiting.
He's available.
Going back to the minute thing, did you ever play 7 Minutes in Heaven when you were younger? I didn't play any of those games.
No. 7 Minutes in Heaven was... No.
7 Minutes in Heaven, Kiss the Bottle. I mean, Spin the Bottle.
Spin the Bottle, yes.
You played Spin the Bottle?
Yeah. Spin the Bottle, yeah.
Shit, how was that? I never played any of those games.
Yeah. Spin the Bottle was the most excruciatingly nerve-wracking experience ever, because there was there's just a level of peer pressure involved with playing Spin the Bottle.
Of course.
And I was the kid that played Spin the Bottle, and then it was like a altered version of Spin the Bottle. It was like Spin the Bottle, but then you weren't kissing in front of everybody.
You go into the
room. It was
and
then
kiss.
you're then everyone's like, oh, you guys go for a walk.
Oh, it's 7 Minutes in Heaven's crossover with Spin the Bottle.
Yeah. And
like
once
the Disney Channel crossover
Once
episodes.
I would walk away from the group, that's when I would just like run away in general and be like, oh,
I tripped and I got hurt on the walk and we didn't end up kissing.
Kissing happened for so many reasons.
Because I, like, growing up, I thought that those were going to be so much more prominent in my life, like Spin the Bottle and 7 Minutes in Heaven and, like, make out parties.
Well, they make it seem like it will.
It makes it, you make it seem like that's all you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I never played once. Like,
no.
Never.
We did it. It was definitely, like, end of middle school where we would do, it was a kind of a combo thing where like the two people would walk off and then they would come back and we'd be like, did you kiss?
Right. Like, what'd you guys do out there?
And they'd be like, yeah. And then it was always just a peck. Anybody, like, it was always, it was very, very PG at that point for us.
There were the ones that were getting rated R though.
Yeah, no, for sure. Those were not the people I was hanging out with.
No.
Let me tell you something.
I only heard about that.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I was doing.
No.
But in 8th grade, I remember, because in Full House they had that the makeout party. Like, they're really nervous about the makeout party. I feel like makeout parties just like happen coincidentally. Like, it wasn't like a planned makeout party.
Yeah.
But then you all end up, and it's really weird to think about as an adult that is something that we did, was like sit in a basement and we all made out at the same time.
Yeah.
For hours. Multiple couples in the same room in 8th grade. Like, that is so weird. And then to think about, like, the parents upstairs, like, having like, they think all the friends are hanging out downstairs, meanwhile we're all sitting there making out for hours. Oh my God. It's just so crazy to think about when you're like, I'm like, oh my God.
Your mom's like, anybody want more pizza?
Right. You're like wiping your lips, like,
yeah,
because you've just been like, I don't know. It's just crazy to think about, right?
Yeah.
Just crazy kids. All right.
17 minutes. 17 minutes.
17 minutes in heaven.
We're gonna have to learn more about that movie.
Yeah. All right.
So big talks about the Drew Starkey Daniel Craig movie as well.
I have seen that. I have seen that.
Good for him, man.
Good
for him.
Getting out of Outer Banks. Yeah, he's a great actor.
He is a great actor.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this project because it seems like something new and different for him. Like that it'll be really good.
I'm rooting for Drew.
Yeah.
Totally.
I even enjoyed him in that horrible movie that he made about when he gets amnesia and he dates another girl that has the same name and then they get confused.
Was it the two Marys?
The two Emmas or something? Yeah. I forget what it is. One of those where it was like, oh my God, this is bad. But
he's just a great actor.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Outer Banks did, it's coming out in 2 parts.
I wish you didn't open that door because I think I could go on. I won't right now, but I think I really could rant about the whole 2-part thing. Stop the 2 fucking parts. I'm over it.
Just put it all out at once.
Why a month apart also? Like, what's the month gonna do?
Also,
one's October, one's November.
You're also gonna lose half the people because I'm just like, people are gonna forget. They're gonna oh wait.
I already have thoughts about this. They did this with Emily in Paris. Same thing. Like, Emily in Paris does not need to be in 2 parts.
Neither does Outer Banks.
Nothing suspenseful enough for Emily in Paris to need to be in 2 parts.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Emily.
There is nothing. There is no reason at all.
No, they need to put a stop to this because nobody enjoys this 2-part nonsense.
No, it really is. And we're all getting bamboozled by Wicked still. Like, I see, as we start to approach November, getting closer, and when that movie comes out, they're still not really advertising that it's 2 parts. When you see that movie poster, it doesn't say part 1 anywhere.
Well, Wicked, it would be fucking 5 hours if they didn't do it in 2 parts.
I understand.
Movies, I understand. Sequels.
But, like, you gotta be open about it. Don't do a sneak attack 2 parts.
Well, it's 2 parts. They're not sneak attacking you.
But they're trying to sneak attack the rest of the world that don't know. I told multiple people this weekend that it was 2 parts. They didn't know.
Wow.
They did not know.
So they're bamboozling other people out there.
They were like, wait, it's going to be 2 parts? I'm like, yes, it is. Next part doesn't come out till the end of 2025. But they don't want you to know that. They're not posting that anywhere.
I think it's more acceptable that Wicked's doing that than Outer Banks and Emily in Paris.
100. Yes, absolutely. Yes. The Netflix shows do not need to be
because Wicked is a movie.
Yeah.
You know,
and it is literally it's
it
2 acts.
Parts. Like
it's 2 acts.
Right. Like,
but
Harry Potter did the same shit.
Yeah. Yes. Harry Potter. I went back and looked because there was once a time when I made my Facebook profile photo the movie poster for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 because I was so excited about the end, the last movies. And I was looking back at that movie poster, very clearly Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 on the movie poster. The Wicked movie poster, there's no Part 1. And if it is, it's in teeny tiny print all the way on the bottom.
Right. Same thing with Twilight. There was Breaking Dawn Part 1. They made it clear.
It was very clear. So,
well, maybe they'll hear you. And
maybe.
And they'll make it big.
Maybe, but Netflix, we really don't need, like Emily in Paris, honey, you don't need to be in 2 parts.
No, none of this needs to be in 2 parts. Just get Outer Banks.
Yeah.
But
it's just like what I'm saying. Why? It's to be 6 weeks apart?
Stupid.
What's the point?
There's no point.
I thought that it was always like some weird thing with this subscription where like you can't, it forces you to like do more than, if people try to just subscribe for one show, watch it and then cancel the subscription.
Right. It makes you have it for at least 2 months.
You have to have it for 2 months now because they split it up.
No, I mean, it is definitely a subscription grab for sure. It's trying to make people hold on to the subscription for longer. That thought I think that thought rarely crosses our minds. Is like we have them all. We're gonna have them all.
I feel like people would pay more just to watch it all at once. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the price of a 2 month.
They raise the subscription every 6 months anyway, so it's like I don't know, whatever.
Oh
Stupid.
Man, well we're still gonna watch even though it's in 2 parts, but you're gonna lose me a little bit. You are gonna lose 100%. Me, depending on what it is. If it's a big cliffhanger, you might keep me.
Yeah, I can tell you Emily in Paris was not.
Right.
I need to know what happens.
Yeah.
That wraps up the topics.
With Zola, you can plan your entire wedding in one convenient place. From the day you get engaged and search for the venue, to the day you send out your save the dates, make your registry, and even taste your cake, Zola has literally everything you need to make the whole process super easy and actually enjoyable. There's even a 5-star app that helps you plan on the go or on your couch. Zola helps couples plan the wedding they really want with tons of unique features and personalized recommendations based on a couple's preferences. Every Zola wedding is as unique as the couple planning it. Their wedding pros are on call to walk couples from question to answer anytime. Zola makes everything so easy. It's all in one place. The app has everything. They have a feature as well for doing your seating chart, which is amazing. All your paper stuff, signage, everything. Your registry, holding the gifts, sending you the gifts, everything, tracking the gifts. Zola has you covered, so you can start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com. Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Tuesday. Weekly Watch Report on Tuesday, Weekly Watch Report on Tuesday. I said Tuesday the whole time. Yeah, you did.
I didn't mess that up at all.
Honestly, it was a good combination. It was like a transition from Monday to Tuesday.
Slowly transition.
For all those people that are also confusing today with Monday.
It was a transition.
Yeah.
It was like, oh!
That was actually a creative choice we pre-planned.
It was a joke. I was just joking. It's obviously Tuesday. Gotcha. So I've been rewatching The Challenge.
Yeah.
The old seasons.
Yep.
Matt's never watched The Challenge before, but he's been watching the new season with me. So I'll rate that first.
Okay.
Battle of the Eras, all 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because we haven't ranked the other ones. All 3 episodes, Battle of the Eras, season 40. I'm going to give a B+. It's really solid.
I agree.
I would give it an A, but I don't want to like jump the gun too early. I'm going to give it a B+ because I think there's room for it to get even better. So I'm going to give it a B+. He's never seen other seasons of The Challenge. So he's very into this, but he doesn't know the people.
Yeah.
The
He doesn't know the backstories.
So I was like, fuck it. This weekend, let's watch some old seasons of The Challenge. We started with Rivals 1, and then we are going in order from there. So Rivals 1, I think, was season...
I was going to say, what season is that?
21 or 22. Okay. And then the one after that is...
Only 20 more seasons to go.
Right. It's a lot. And then Battle of the Exes.
Yeah.
We watched those 2 seasons this weekend. starting on
Great
Thursday.
seasons.
So, you know.
And it was a long weekend.
Yeah, it was a long weekend, okay,
It's
guys?
a holiday weekend.
So Rivals and Battle of the Exes, both fantastic seasons in my opinion. I will say, though, watching it back, it's fucking crazy. Because I don't know how half of what was happening was, like, allowed on TV. Like, I'm like, oh my God, the things they're saying, the things they're doing, like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. And I guess that was like, I want to say early 2010s of when that was happening. But the seasons are insane. The gameplay is insane. The physical, like, so much more dangerous. Like, they do a lot of dangerous challenges now, and a lot of challenges that require a lot of endurance and physical strength. But some of these challenges they were doing were just straight up dangerous because I don't know if they were like safety protocol.
I was gonna say they probably didn't have the level of
they didn't have the level
of safety measures that they have now. That
exactly.
They did.
So you're like, oh my God, they're getting like punched in the chest, coughing up blood, but they're gonna continue the challenge. Yeah. Like, it's just insane the shit that was happening, but really good reality television, obviously. There's just one part of it that genuinely breaks my heart to watch, and like if I start tearing up, I'm sorry, but I like CT and DM, like it just is so sad. Like, I feel so bad for DM. Like, just, you know, people who haven't watched the challenge or don't know what I'm talking about. DM unfortunately lost her life to multiple battles with cancer back in 2014. And she had an on and off relationship with CT, and these two, they fought like animals, but they also supported each other endlessly. Like, the way that CT was pushed DM through, and DM always had this like positive energy to her and just a great spirit. It's really hard to watch. Just because you just feel so bad for her. But she was such a fighter. Like, she pushed herself through these insane challenges after battling cancer time. And she had multiple battles with cancer. And unfortunately, it came back and took her life. But just the way that she pushed through these challenges was just so incredible. Like, really just very inspiring. But incredibly sad to watch back on. But I'm enjoying watching the seasons back, and watching with somebody who's watching for the first time is always exciting. His face has been on the floor. His jaw's been on the floor the whole time. He's like, how was this on TV? Like, he's like, what? They're just like physically assaulting each other at every chance they get. Like, the things that it's madness. It's true madness. But I'll give both of those. I don't know. It's hard. It's B+. B+ all around. That's fair. Know, just crazy, just that's absolute fair. Craziness. But really, my week has been pretty much consumed with the challenge. I don't think I watched anything new. Obviously, like some reruns of things, the classics, but nothing new.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, like you just said, you clocked 2 seasons.
Yeah. So not much room for much else.
Okay. I watched the absolute jaw-dropping cliffhanger ending to Emily in Paris Part 1.
Part 1.
Episodes 4 and 5. I'll give him a C. I mean, it's like, once again, it's a C, but like an A+++ on how absolutely ridiculous it is. I reposted this tweet that just summed it up so perfectly. I'll read it. It said, I would give this season of Emily in Paris 1 million, I think it's 1 million. Out of 10 stars. Absolutely bonkers outfits, no plot of which to speak. I don't think anyone who wrote the dialogue has spoken to a human person. Emily should be in prison for life. I need more, and I need it now. It's really, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Emily has seemingly gotten the man that we've been waiting 4 seasons for her to be with, but
it's Part 1 though.
It is only Part 1, and you know something's gonna happen.
Of course,
they always got a trick up their sleeve.
Emily they do, and Emily is always doing something stupid. So, finished Part 1. Can't wait for Part 2. I think Part 2 is like kind of soon. By the way, I forgot to bring this up as a topic, but I'm sure we'll find out more when the actual episodes come out. Crazy Selling Sunset drama. The new season comes out the end of this week. And Chrishell, I feel like it's been Chrishell, and then I want to say some of the other some of the other girls have been posting, like they got the screeners for the season, and they went off on social media, like about Nicole. I think it was Chrishell, Chelsea, and maybe somebody else, but they were like posting like on their stories, just like tagging the production company, being like, I'm never doing this, like I can never be in a room with this person again, like all aimed at Nicole, because I guess Nicole allegedly brings up some rumor about Emma, that Emma was maybe having like an affair with a married man or something like that, like, and they're like, this is so damaging, how dare you say, like, baseless lies, all these things. Are tagging the creator of the show, like everything, like really pissed, because I guess they didn't know that Nicole had said it on air or something.
Damn.
And then they never gave Emma a chance to address it within the season. Now it's all off. Crazy. So that's coming out the end of this week, which I'm excited for, because I'm still a Selling Sunset apologist.
There's some good shows coming out this week. Tell Me Lies is back
Tell Me
this
Lies.
week.
And how about that new Netflix show?
The Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman. That's coming out.
Great promo, by the way. Whoever did their like marketing, smart moves. They've been doing like Page Six, Dumois, like posts, like acting like they're like real people and the gossip. So that's smart, because it got my attention. I was like, what the hell? What show is this? The Challenge episode 3, I'll give that a B+ as well. House of the Dragon episode 7, I got one more left.
Hey, we're caught up because I never watched the finale.
Trudging along. Yeah, I gotta watch the finale. Episode 7, I'll give a B. It's still good. I've been watching Hard Knocks. I love Hard Knocks. Some seasons I jump all in and watch all of them. Some seasons I just miss completely.
Hard Knocks is something that's on my TV.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily like paying attention to every second of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally fair.
I'm not the one putting Hard Knocks on.
Yeah. I'll give Hard Knocks like a B-. Like it's good, but it's, once again, it's also kind of like maybe later in the night, like, oh, let's just put on something we're not really paying attention to. Hard Knocks. But it's been good.
Did you see they're releasing, I don't know if it was on Netflix, but they followed 5 NBA players all of last season. Like LeBron,
I didn't know they're
Jason
doing an
Tatum,
NBA one too.
Yeah, like I forget who the other 3 were.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
I mean, they clearly have the market for it. And then I watched the Untold Sign Stealer Netflix documentary about Connor Stallions with the whole Michigan sign stealing stuff. I thought it was very interesting. Very interesting, very well done. Dave's in it. But I thought it was really good. And I don't follow college football that closely. Like I'll watch college football on the weekends, and I know like the major storylines and whatnot. Like I knew Connor Stallions, like knew the surface level of this story, and the documentary obviously went way deeper, which I thought was really interesting. I'll give that a B+. I thought it was pretty good. And I finished all Claim to Fame. That's how I spent my Thursday night. Like I didn't really watch too much this weekend. Like I said, I watched a lot of US Open, a lot of tennis. But Thursday night I was like, I just binged the whole rest of Claim to Fame till the end. That's another just mindless summer reality television show where I can't say I was a big fan of the guy that won. He was pretty brutal. Happy for him, family, wife and kids. You win 100,000. It's a lot of money. So happy for him, but I thought it was a good season though. Like it was a little more diabolical. I said this already. Like people were teaming up, making moves, moving a little shadier. And some good celebs, some good big names mentioned. And it's always, and you kind of have to have it be, like there's a lot of either kids who are maybe much younger than their parents had kids when they were older, or cousins, nieces, nephews. Because sometimes when it's like siblings, the family resemblance can be fairly strong. So it's like Jamie Lee Curtis's nephew,
right.
Somebody that you would never, like Marlon Brando's grandson. Like there was some good ones. I'll give it a C+. You know,
it's a casual watch.
Yeah, like I'm gonna watch it every season. I'm gonna enjoy it, but it's not like holy shit, you gotta watch this.
But it's a good watch.
Exactly.
I forgot Only Murders. I'm gonna grade B+. The first episode of season 4.
Yeah, that's everything I watched.
Okay, I watched the last 2 episodes of Bad Monkey, 3 and 4. Still good. Like it's actually getting better. I think I'm just more into it now.
I watched Vince Vaughn's Hot Ones the other day.
Oh,
it was
really?
good. He just did it because he was promoting this show.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good show, and it's just like I said, Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn, like doesn't really get old. I'll give that a B+. I watched Casino for the first time. Martin Scorsese. I don't know why I had never watched it. I just always, because it had the same actors as Goodfellas, so I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be as good as Goodfellas. So like I just never did. But I put it on. It was also like 3 hours, of course, but. I mean, obviously, it's incredible.
Yeah, right.
And it's not. I don't know why in my mind I was like, it's gonna be so similar. Like, it's not. It's
not.
It's pretty different.
I've never seen it.
And like De Niro's like a very different character.
It's a very different movie.
Yeah,
Goodfellas.
It's
and
just
Casino.
like all the same actors and the same director. So
very different premise.
Yeah. But very good. Like, I'll give it a B+ just because it's not one of my favorite Scorsese movies I've seen, but like it's Scorsese.
Still really
like,
good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I watched Tour de Pharmacy. Have you ever seen the movie 7 Days in Hell? It was on HBO. It's Andy Samberg. It's like a joke. It's basically so that reminded me because I started seeing clips because the U.S. Open's happening. It's so funny. It's Andy Samberg. 7 Days in Hell is Andy Samberg and what's his name from Game of Thrones? Jon Snow. What's his name?
Kit Harington.
Yeah, Kit Harington. And it's basically just like, it's a mockumentary about like them having the longest tennis match ever. And it's just so funny. And then I didn't realize that they made one of those for the Tour de France. So I watched that and it's not as good as the 7 Days in Hell, in my opinion.
Is it the same people?
It's Andy Samberg, Orlando Bloom's in it. But like, there's a bunch of cameos. John Cena's in it. Like, but it's just so ridiculous. And it's just like one of those hilarious, it just feels like yeah, it's just Andy Samberg.
Yep.
But I'll give it a B+. Like, it's just so ridiculous. Watch this movie, Greedy People. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It came out this year. And Himesh Patel. Lily James. Good. Honestly, it didn't get, like, great reviews. They say it's a comedy mystery, which I guess, like, yeah, it's more funny than anything. But it's, like, these 2 cops. And it's just, like, kind of a ridiculous story. But I actually very much enjoyed it.
It came out this year?
Yeah, it came out this year. Honestly, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt doesn't really miss for me that much.
I was
feel like
actually going to say, I was going to say you are a JGL fan.
I am. I mean, who's
like, not?
He's in everything. He's good in everything. Did you guys ever watch Yesterday, the movie?
Yes.
About the Beatles?
The Beatles, yeah.
Because it's funny because Himesh and Lily James are a couple in this movie too.
Yeah.
Which is like just like random. But Lily James, I was saying, is like one of those actresses. She's like so good. And I feel like I'm like surprised she's doing like, she has like a small role in this. And I'm like, I feel like she's above. She was good in it, but it's like,
maybe
I feel like
she feel like she's above.
Yeah, maybe she just liked the premise of the movie, wanted to be in it.
Yeah. I watched Trap. Have you guys seen?
No, don't know what that is.
Oh, you've definitely seen the trailer. It basically like this whole concert they set up as a trap for this one like serial killer.
I don't know. I've not.
Well, you haven't seen the trailer? It's like trailers running every day. Like it just is so ridiculous. What's the guy's name? It's just like such a ridiculous premise. It's M. Night Shyamalan. But
I don't think I've
Josh
seen
Hartnett
one.
is the main guy, and it's Kid Cudi's like it's just the most ridiculous.
I don't
movie.
think I've seen one thing
You
about
haven't?
this.
No, I've been seeing
everywhere,
everything.
TikTok, everything. I can't get it. So I was like, fine, whatever. No, they basically like the premise is Josh Hartnett and his daughter are going to this like concert, like this pop star that people are obsessed with, and the whole concert is just actually just this trap that they know he's coming, and once he's in there, they're gonna get him, and it's just so bad, and it's like the most corny bad movie at every turn. I think Tommy. I've read like
really
Tommy.
Sound like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
No, it is. Like if you saw the trailer, you'd be like, oh yeah. Like, I think Tommy Smokes wrote something on like Twitter. Like, there's so many times where you think this movie's gonna be like over. You're like, all right, it has to be over, and it just keeps going somehow. It's like how. That gets an F. It was so bad.
Wow,
I've seen like
Damn.
mixed reviews where it's like this is so bad that it's good, but like this was so bad.
It's just bad.
It's just bad.
Just bad
It's just
all
bad.
around.
Yep, it's just bad.
That could be because I saw so many clips on TikTok that it was just like not new to me. But this another bad movie, Something in the Water. Just a classic girls getting eaten by sharks in the water.
Classic shark movie.
And it's just so stupid and bad. Like it's just one of those movies where like every wrong decision that the characters can make, they make.
Yeah, of course.
And
they get eaten by
they're
sharks.
all
Yeah,
getting
you're like, don't
eaten.
go in there, and they go in there.
And it's so funny that all these shark movies are like pretty much the exact same thing. Like, I'll give that a D- just because.
Oh, this
the
one
shark,
just came. This one was
Something
a
in the
new
Water.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as bad
That's
as
the shocking thing is that they keep making these horrible, like stuck in the middle of the ocean sharks
they
around.
just think that
And
they're gonna nail it. You know.
I don't even know if they're like, this is gonna be a good movie. They're just like,
I don't know why do they
people
keep
are gonna watch
making
this
these.
because people like me will eat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Ooh, eat it up.
But most of this week I've been spent watching the show Industry on Max
With Kit Harington.
Yes, although I
Yeah.
haven't reached the part where he's in it yet. I'm like halfway through season 2, and he's still not in the show.
So what do you think about the show? Good?
I like it. I think that.
I was just talking about the show this weekend, and it had the people I was with were like, "Oh, it's great until it kind of becomes like a soft porn." That's the
I was about
yeah.
to say like it basically is like.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of like sex scenes
It's a lot.
in this,
Yeah,
like a
really, it's
lot. Which I didn't know going into it, but it kind of makes it's.
But I'm not opposed.
No, I'm just saying like it's not why I started watching the show.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch The Newsroom?
No.
It has the same atmosphere of like everyone's in this high intense like intensity office, and like there's all these office romances and all this stuff and like power, but like it's entertaining, and the acting's good, and I'm more like actually I don't really know a lot of like it's like the stock market, like I don't actually know like what they're talking about. I'm like I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
So I'm more invested in like the characters themselves
It's
and
like
like their
Suits.
relationships. Yeah, it's like Suits
Yeah, right.
and The Newsroom. I'm surprised you guys haven't watched The Newsroom.
I've
I
seen
know.
like
I never have.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the final thing I have on here is Blink Twice. I went
What
to
did
see
you think?
What'd you
it.
think?
Really good. I liked it.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, I went to the movie theater on Sunday morning. Little matinee.
Wow, Sunday matinee.
Yeah, I don't really go to matinees that much, but I was up, and I'm like, you know what? Why
not?
And it's
Yeah.
a little cheaper for the matinee.
Hey, got yourself a deal.
You get to say you're going to a matinee. Like,
Yeah.
sounds cool.
And normally matinee is like, noon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it was like 10 a.m. when I saw it, but it said matinee on it.
Yeah. I
Hey,
guess
you
it
went
is
to
just
the
morning.
matinee.
Yeah, I
I
went
don't know.
to the
I just
matinee.
think
You
of
went
like
to the
Broadway
matinee.
when like the Wednesday
Yeah.
matinee is like the 12:30
Yeah.
show.
You went to the matinee.
Thank you. But no, it was really good. Like, I was pretty much captivated the whole time. I usually judge like when I'm in the theater, like how many times do I think about checking my phone, and I didn't really do it that much. And yeah, I feel like this movie was. They're not too similar, but like I was thinking about Don't Worry, Darling, and I'm like, this is what they like wanted their movie to be. Zoe Kravitz was like great director, like I think this is her first
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it is.
Channing Tatum's really good, and I really like didn't see certain things coming. Like I was
Ooh.
surprised.
Some twists.
Yeah. And it's not because I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, like this is like White Lotus or like this is like that. It wasn't really. It's just like if you're gonna say it's a rich guy on an island, like that's been done, like Knives Out or whatever. But
Right.
no, I would definitely recommend it. I think you guys would.
I'm
very
definitely
much-
going to
It's
see it. I
actually
keep
very-
saying that, but I definitely will.
It turns out to be like more intense, and I think there's like more underlying meaning to things than I
Definitely,
expected
yeah.
it to be. I also didn't really know that much about it going in, but it did like get really intense at certain
Yeah,
points.
Zoe Kravitz has talked about like
Yeah.
the more
Like-
meaning behind
Oh
it.
yeah, like you can definitely see that.
yeah.
But I don't even know if I've been ranking the past 2. Industry, I'll give a B, and Blink Twice, I'll give a B as well.
Nice. Okay. I'm interested. I definitely am going to see it.
I want to see it too.
It's also
going to see it.
Perfect. It's an hour and 40 minutes. I think like that's just a
perfect.
That's a good movie. Yeah. It's a good movie time.
Anything over 2 hours, I'm like, oh,
it's a good
so
movie time. It just feels daunting.
Right. All right. That's everything we watched this week.
This interview is presented by Coors Light. You don't have to be selling out stadiums to feel like you're chilling backstage. You just need Coors Light. Coors Light wants to make your summer more chill with limited edition backstage 6-packs curated by some of your favorite artists. Because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. So when we're cracking open an ice cold Coors Light, you guys know we've been teasing some upcoming shows, Chicks in the Office shows that we've got this fall. We're going to be having our ice cold Coors Light on deck, listening to our favorite music, pumping ourselves up, getting ready to go. And you guys know we've been talking about it all episode. Maybe you're holding on to summer for a few more weeks. If you want to amplify your chill for the rest of this summer with Coors Light, choose chill, choose Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles and Coors Light Backstage 6pack.com all summer long for their drops. Celebrate responsibly, as always, from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And guys, once again, just a reminder, like we said at the beginning of this show, we taped this interview with Jordan before, everything happened with her bronze medal and the controversy. So it is edited, is cut around. We did talk about her bronze medal at the time, but that is now all kind of edited. So you are hearing a different version, but still a lot of behind the scenes of the Olympics and how she got there, and it's a great interview. So here it is.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very, very special guest. We are joined by USA gymnast and Olympic gold medalist, Jordan Chiles.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We are so excited.
So excited.
I think we can speak for ourselves and for the rest of the world, especially, our country, that we have been so excited for this Olympics, and everybody's been so locked in. I think coming off Tokyo, everybody really missed it.
Yes.
And now it's like we're all so engaged with it. And I'm like rushing home to make sure I'm catching the coverage. So how has the reaction been for you now? Because of course you lived through Tokyo and now this has got to be totally opposite.
This is definitely opposite for sure. I can tell you that. But I think the biggest thing was really like, I still had a lot of press to do even after Tokyo because it was my first Olympics and, that was a whole different scenario. But now that I'm coming back from my second Olympics, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm still on a high. I literally have only been back into the States for 2 days. Like, it's just been crazy. But I'm so just excited as I have no words half the time. So
and we are all so excited for you.
Thank you.
And like you said, you just got back to the States. You've been here for 2 days, Paris to here. What's that plane ride back like? What's going through your head?
There were so many emotions going through my head through that plane ride. I was asleep like the whole time, but I still was like replaying myself like throughout my head, and I was just just beyond proud of every accomplishment that I've done throughout the years. I mean, the past 2 years of my life have been crazy just in general with like losses in my family, having to be in the hospital so many it was just crazy. So it was really more of just realizing everything that I've gone through and kind of just saying thank you, thank you to staying in my sport and just continuing to, stay true to myself.
Yeah, of course. And you should be so incredibly proud.
Thank you.
It's just amazing to watch. We've been loving every second, like Fran said.
Exactly. Now that we've mentioned the ride home, it made me curious. So the medal, you keep those on your person when you travel home?
Yes.
Like those aren't going in the check bag.
No, not at all. They definitely were in my carry-on. So I think being able to kind of, every time I go through security, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like they're going to think there's these big, humongous, I don't know what, they're going to think something's wrong with my bag. So I always take them out and they're like, oh my gosh, like you did this. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, can we touch? I'm like,
yeah. You're like, oh, maybe not.
Not right
were
now.
You out there competing? I don't know if you could touch it.
So it's really cool just to see like even like the security people are like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. And I'm like, you know what, that is pretty cool that I have those with me.
Yeah, it is. I love how proud you are and like you're taking in every single moment because that's the way you should feel. Like you are coming off the Olympics, like you're soaking it in New York City.
Yes.
What's it been like being in New York City post Paris now?
It's been actually, although the weather is a little like
not the best
iffy, it's not the best weather, but I still enjoy New York all the time. Even like when we first got here, like when the first day we got here, it was around, I want to say 2-3 o'clock. So I think we like went to Times Square and I was just like, it's still as beautiful. Like every single time I go to Times Square, I'm like, this is just crazy. So I've had fun. I've been doing a lot of press. I, just been enjoying the moment. We ate at this really good restaurant called Quality Italian last night.
That's really good.
Really good.
Man, I was so tired though. I didn't even get to enjoy my food. I'm like, I have to go back or something.
Right. You're gonna make another trip back when you're not like jet lags coming back.
I was so tired. I was like sitting there. I was like, guys, my eyes are closing.
Fighting for your life.
Trying to force yourself.
Yes.
So when you first got to Paris, how were you feeling? Like, what's the energy like specifically for this Olympics? Because Paris is such a big, beautiful city and everybody was so excited. Like, what were your feelings like when you were getting to Paris?
Heading into Paris, although it was my 4th time going to Paris, like the last time was the best time to be in Paris. Yeah. I literally got off the plane and I was like talking to my teammate and I was like, yo, like although I've been here 3 other times, this time though, I was just like, wow, like I'm here. We're literally about to walk into the Olympics. Like, what is happening? Like, there's so many emotions. We were all like talking to each other, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Who are we gonna see? What's gonna like? What is the food gonna be like? But it was just crazy. And obviously we did get escorted through the airport and everything to make sure everything was okay. And then once we got onto our bus to head to where we need to head, it was like Paris 2024, Paris 2024, like the Olympic signs everywhere. And I was like, yo, we're actually here. Like, somebody pinched me at this rate. Like,
that must feel like a dream at that point. There was so much conversation about the Olympic Village. Even you mentioned, like, what's the food going to be like?
Yes.
So much conversation surrounding the food, especially on TikTok, all over social media.
Yeah. The Olympic Village really went viral
literally,
on
the
TikTok.
Chocolate muffins.
Yeah.
What did you feel about the chocolate muffins
so
since you brought it up?
No, I'm not a chocolate muffin person. I don't like chocolate really like that. So, but the youngest one on the team, Hesley, she enjoyed those chocolate muffins every single time. She's like, guys, I'm gonna go to breakfast, I'm gonna go get a chocolate muffin, or we'd be at lunch, I'm getting a chocolate muffin. I'm like, okay, so they must have been good. Everybody was eating them.
I saw somebody, I forgot who it was, where they were like, I'm gonna sneak a Olympic muffin to my mom, and then there.
I think that was it Anna or was it? It was either Anna Hall or Gabby. One of the track girls.
And her mom was like, this is just cake. Like, she was like, this isn't a muffin. We're eating chocolate cake right now.
It's so true. And I do feel like sometimes a lot of like that European breakfast is just a pastry that is just dessert.
Yes.
It is just it's just
literally.
dessert.
Exactly. Were you expecting this kind of conversation to go into the Olympics around social media so much, like about like what's going on in the village, the way you guys are sleeping?
Honestly, I didn't think so because people said it was a little similar to how Tokyo was. So I was like, okay, we didn't get the experience in Tokyo. So my like social media was really just like, okay, like this is my first time in the village. Like, what is it gonna be like? So I didn't think there was gonna be that much. Like from the cardboard beds to the muffins to the trade pin. Like we're trading pins. Like who would have thought trading pins would be on social media? Like. That was crazy to me.
Is that something that always happens?
Yeah, so, but when you...
Makes me think of, like, summer camp.
Yeah, basically, it's like you're, Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
like,
right,
So, yeah, it's a common thing for the games, whether it's Pan Am Games or it's the Olympic Games. And your federation, so obviously Team USA, depending on what sport you are, they'll give you pins to trade with other countries. And I love that part because I'm an outgoing person. I like to be able to find different sports in different countries and see, there's more countries than you think. I was watching opening ceremonies and I was like, I've never heard of that country. Ever.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like there was like, what? They have a sport? Oh, okay. Like that's cool. But yeah, it's a really cool experience. And again, like you find different sports. walking around the village, it's like, you know who's a basketball player, you know who plays volleyball, you know who's a skateboarder or whatever. So it was a really cool experience.
Was there anybody specifically from any of the other competition sports that you got to really talk to or hang out with a lot, or was you guys were locked in?
No, we actually weren't locked in.
Okay.
A lot of me and Simone really stayed in the apartment a lot because we were like, man, like this is a lot. Like I'm just gonna relax, you know. But like Jade, Suni, and Hesley, they did walk around. One person that I think was really cool is when Simone, I was like, hey Simone, there's Shelly Ann Fraser, and I've never seen Simone get so like, whoa, like she's right there. I'm like, yeah, like, you know, it's the opposite. It's like, oh my gosh, that's Simone. Like, she was really excited. So being able to like introduce Shelly Ann to Simone and just they had a great conversation, and, you know, hearing her, how she was on sprint and all that stuff, like the backstory, it was really cool. So that interaction was really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Amazing, because the way that you guys are reacting towards other people is how people
funny.
React to you.
I think it's hilarious every time. I always walk away, like, whether like meeting Steph Curry, I was, for some reason, in that moment, I was actually fine. I thought I was going to be fangirling, but I met him, and I was like, oh, my gosh. He actually asked me for a photo, and I was like,
wow.
Wait a minute. Like, that's not right. Well,
that's what I'm saying. You guys had such an awesome impact, and I think everybody really felt the team camaraderie from you girls. So how did you guys connect pre-Olympics? Like, what was the team mindset going in?
So since after trials, after that interview we had on the Today Show about the whole redemption tour, I think that's kind of what our mindset was, really, is just in each and every one of us as individuals, we have something that we want to redeem, right? We have, whether it was Simone being the person that she is and, you know, getting her titles and everything and being the GOAT, to, you know, Jade redeeming herself for vault, or, you know, Suni just being able to do her we all had something. So going into it, we had a camp before we actually left to Paris, and we all kind of just, you know, it was team bonding. We enjoyed each other's company. We made sure that everybody was okay before getting on the plane, and we kind of just went from there. I think the biggest one that happened was when me, Suni, and Simone had a talk before team finals, and it was something that Suni kind of needed to like get off her chest, right? She was like, I'm feeling some type of way, and we're like, okay, we're gonna squash this right now. We're gonna do what we need to do and make sure you're good going into team finals. So that was another thing that happened. I think it's really good being able to have somebody, you know, to lean on and talk to and give a different direction on what, you know, what that situation is you're dealing with, and kind of get their opinion, or, you know, their understanding as well. So that's kind of how we just kept it together, and you could really see it on the competition floor. I think that was really cool. Now that I like rewatch like some clips on TikTok, I'm like, oh yeah, like no wonder people are like, oh, you guys' bond is like good, because you could see it. So I'm happy that everybody understood.
Yeah, because you can see it off camera a little bit, the little, you know, chats you guys are having, and also so important because it's such a high stress environment that, like, I feel like there can be moments. Do you feel like you're alone, but you have a team with you, and being able to be honest with them and talk your feelings out.
100%. I mean, we're all, the four of us are older, and obviously like Hesley is the youngest one on the team, and being able to kind of give her that perspective of, yes, you can be the oldest one on the team, but there might be times where that older girl may need somebody to talk to, right? So we wanted to give her the understanding of when she's in our position that she can help her teammates when that time comes, whatever Olympics, however many more she's gonna do, right? So I think that's like the cool thing, and we are older, and we all did mature from the last Olympics, and we all understood each other a little more.
But that's what's so cool too, because it's, you know, you guys have had those experiences being the younger gymnast on the team and having those leaders, and now you get to be that for her, which is awesome, because it is, you like, you're kind of you pass it on a little bit. We watching all the coverage, right? You kind of hear the same stories told from the announcers, and here comes Jordan Chiles. She's named after Michael Jordan. Like, you know, it happens every single time.
Yes.
And at one point, you know, they pulled up a screenshot of Michael Jordan texting you.
Yes.
What was that like, receiving that text?
Okay, so I was driving.
I'd be like, wrong number.
I thought. I was like, yo, like somebody has my number and is pranking me. So I'm driving back from practice, and it was was a really good practice. So I'm like in a good mood. I'm on the phone with my best friend. I'm like, and all of a sudden I'm like, why did I just random number? So I'm thinking like, it's from Fashion Nova, because Fashion Nova just be sending you texts.
Like,
sale happening.
So
flash sale happening.
I'm sitting there and I get home and my parents, they're, I don't know, doing something. I think they were like going grocery shopping for dinner that night, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, let me see what this message is really about. So I look and it was like, this is Michael Jordan, and it said the whole thing, and I was like, hold on. I had to look around, like I literally by myself in the house, like looking around, like, is anybody else seeing this? Or and so then I sent it to people, and I was like, y'all, like I sent it to my team. I was like, y'all, please somebody confirm this or something, because if this is actually him, I am throwing my phone through the window. Like there's no
You're
way.
like, I don't need any more messages after this.
And so they confirmed it, and I literally was like, there's no way. So I had to confirm it myself. So I texted back, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, I have no words. Like, I'll definitely cherish your name forever. Like, trust me. And he was like, okay, good. Thank you. And so I was like, oh my gosh,
like,
it was him.
God.
Yeah, you're please send back a picture of you holding up something that says, I am Michael Jordan, with the date and time to prove. When you screenshotted that text and sent it to your friends, because obviously you're sending that to everybody, were you nervous you were going to accidentally send it back to him?
No.
You know when you slip up and you're like, oh,
no.
I said that to the wrong.
No, so I had to, so I was like, okay, so if I have to send this, I was like, it's his personal number first off. I was like, I have to make sure I blur out certain things. I was like, okay, this is this. So yeah, I wasn't scared. I think really the only I only sent it to my team. I didn't send it to anybody else, because I was like, I'm about to post this on social media. All my friends are gonna ask, so might as well just put it on the social. They all gonna see it.
Right.
Exactly.
How did your parents react?
Oh my gosh, my mom is a huge Michael Jordan fan. That's the reason why I'm named Jordan. So I had told her, and I was like, Mom. She was like, Jordan, this is not real. I said, Mom. Yes, it is. And she was like, there's no way. So she's the one who was like, okay, you have to send it to your team. You got to do this, because we really have to figure this out. Like, how did he get your number? And
we're going to print it and frame it.
We're going to do all of that.
We're replacing your birth certificate with this message.
Literally. And the funny part is, like, my first thought was like, okay, I know his daughter, Jasmine. So I was like, oh, maybe she. But I was like, but I never gave her my number, so I don't know where. Yeah. But he figured it out himself, I guess, and was like, no, I'm going to text her myself. And I was like, wow.
It's amazing.
Crazy.
And it's just like now too, it's like the biggest it's like the biggest flex because it's I'm sure people have asked you before, and you'll be asked many times for being, who you are, like that people love to ask, who's the most famous person you have in your phone. It's
all
like,
the time.
Michael Jordan. Hard to beat.
Actually,
hard
maybe one of the most famous people ever.
Yeah, I think it quite literally might be number one.
It's so funny because like now I can say that, but it's even funnier because the first time somebody asked me, I was like, oh, Simone Biles.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, because that's literally like the most famous person I had in my phone at the time. So now being able to say that, I think it's pretty funny.
It's amazing. Now,
and all in your Jordan year, too.
Yeah, literally. Wow. That's what I was like, oh my gosh, my Jordan year. Yeah.
Yep. That is amazing. How do you compare, the feeling of Michael Jordan texting you to finishing your routine and knowing that you nailed it and win a medal?
That honestly, it felt really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like from all these people contacting me before I even left to ending my floor routine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Getting a medal, I was like, yo, this is crazy. And people are still contacting me. I don't even know. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. This is crazy. But I guess there's like a lot of things that do come with, who you are as a person. So I just am so thankful that I have so many supporters within my life, and I can kind of just look back and look at that little girl and be like, I'm so happy you didn't quit. I'm so happy you just like continued yourself in a way, and you made your book, you made your chapters, so it is pretty cool. And people have been asking, has he contacted me since? No, he hasn't. He has not.
No, congratulations.
No, he has not. But I'm not that type of person to be expecting anything or anything like that. So, but yeah, I'm just thankful for every moment that I've had leading up to Paris and then after Paris.
Mm-hmm. Even
though it's only been 2 days.
Right. Watching your floor routine is just so impressive, so insane. My jaw is on the floor every time. And I know this like may sound like a silly question, but what is going through your mind as you are running full speed into these tricks? Like, I'm like, do you have to have a blank mind? Are you thinking about something totally random?
Right.
Like, what's for dinner?
Right. So the funny part is, I typically don't think about anything throughout my floor routines. I always am just vibing. Obviously just something.
Great music.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But this time during floor, my heart, I wish y'all could feel my heart. It was like, I was like, oh my gosh, Jordan, like I'm standing there in my beginning pose and I'm just like, why am I shaking so bad? But this time, like, I really had to think about each pass. And I never do that. I was like, I'm overthinking everything. But typically, I kind of just let myself flow and just enjoy my music, enjoy the crowd. The crowd it helps a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's just funny how in that moment I was like, oh my gosh, I literally can feel my heartbeat right now and I'm not liking it.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, I can only imagine. Yeah. And I've seen you say before, like the music, the crowd, everything, you're a full-blown entertainer. Like not only are you a gymnast, but like you're putting on a show for everybody as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I always say this, if I wasn't an athlete, I'd be an artist. Yeah. I would be, you see me on tours and all this because I just love being able to entertain people. I feel like I've kind of been like that since I was little. I've always been, bouncing off walls, doing crazy things that any not really typical kid would really do. Like I would be jumping into water off of cliffs. Like there was just a lot of things that I felt, was really fun for me. So entertaining is what's fun.
Right.
I feel like if people are buying tickets to come see you, it's like going to a concert. Like I feel like it's the same thing.
And we are entertained. So.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I try.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think one of the great things about watching you too is we're kind of used to, and as some gymnasts are, where it's like all business. Like they stick it and they're walking off that mat and you don't even get a reaction. You're like, are they happy? Are they sad? I can't tell. But sometimes like when you hit it, you're like, yes,
all the time,
which is great because it's like that's your genuine reaction. Have you ever had any hesitation with any of those? Like, are you like, no, I'm gonna react however I want to?
No, I've had no hesitation about any of my reactions because it's pure. It's like very genuine. Like I'm not just putting it on for a show. Like, no, like that's full on like how I feel. Like all those pictures that you guys see with my mouth open, I'm screaming. Those are real. They're not fake. Like the fist pumps and everything. Like those are all genuine. So I've never felt, oh, I'm gonna get deducted for this or something like that. Because I feel like it's at this rate the culture of the gymnastics era has changed so much that I feel like it's very known. NCAA, like college era, it's very known there. Like people are screaming, clapping, however it is. So why not be able to do that in the international world of us being a part of Team USA? And I feel like if track can do it, I feel like if basketball can do it, I feel like if any other sport can do it, why can't we? So
absolutely. One of the great moments that everyone's been talking about, they loved it, was you and Simone kind of giving Rebecca her flowers in that moment after floor. And while there's been a few skeptics who had got met with a lot of backlash, it was so amazing. And I think everybody loved to see that. What were you guys thinking in that moment? You just wanted to kind of honor the routine she did and...
Honestly, as much as that girl, Rebecca Andrade has done so much for her country. Like, she is just that girl. Like, if I'm going to say who's that girl, she is that girl. Yeah. For real. And I think at the end of the day, like, knowing that she's who she is, I felt like in that moment, she needed to be recognized for it. And bowing down to her was really just, okay, guys, like you see what she did, so this is who she is. She's a person but also an athlete as well, but more of a person. Like she still has feelings, she still has all of that. So I'm a girl's girl, so I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm gonna give you your crown. Here you go, ma'am. Like you did your thing. She had the best floor routine out there during that day, so it was I wanted it to be very well known, and not just between me and Simone and her, but also throughout the whole entire audience.
Yeah,
absolutely. She is incredible.
She's incredible.
Watching, I'm just like mind
blown.
Right.
Every time I see her compete, I'm like, how do you do the things you're doing? Like, ma'am, like, and I feel like she's not done.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she still has more to like put out into the world, because Rebecca she's Rebecca Andrade. Like, come on now. She made a name for herself very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're going to continue working. You announced that you're going back to UCLA.
I am.
That's so exciting.
Thank you.
What made you make that decision?
Well, I have 2 more years of college, so I was just like, with the school aspect, I was like, why not add my sport to it? I mean, I have fun with gymnastics. I have, I feel like I have more to give within my school. UCLA did so much for me my first 2 years, so I want to be able to, help them with the last 2 years of my career with college. And I don't know, I feel like there's some things missing. Like, I don't know, I've accomplished so many things like now, but I felt like with college there was a few things missing. Like, I want things for myself and then also for my team.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
it's incredible to think like you just went to the Olympics, just gonna casually win some medals, and then you're just gonna pop back into school.
Yeah, might as well.
Exactly.
People keep telling me, how are you gonna just pop back and think you can walk on campus without getting recognized? I'm like, I mean, I hope I can. Like,
they'll recognize you all for good reason. They'll be congratulating you. They're gonna be sitting in class being like, do you have your medal on you? Can we touch it? Teachers are gonna be asking.
I know. All my professors are gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, I had so and so in my class, and like, she was just, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm right here.
Yeah,
please settle down.
Yeah. I mean,
right in front of you.
She's so humble. That's amazing.
Gosh, it's just so exciting, and Paris was just so much fun to watch, and everything that you guys accomplished. Do you have any? We'll wrap it up, but do you have any kind of funny memories that you're going to take away from this Paris Olympics that you could share maybe with us?
Funny memories? I feel like there's a lot of funny memories.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I know everybody's so curious about life in the Olympic Village,
life
right?
in the Olympic Village. I think, I don't know. Oh, I feel like the funny memories that I've had is with Simone, because there'll be times where I'll just be laying in my bed, right? Me and Suni room together, Simone and Jade room together, and Hesley roomed by herself due to like the USA protocols.
Yeah.
Because she's the youngest, and so I'll be laying in my bed by myself, like perfectly fine on my phone. I'll get a text from Simone, and it'll be like some TikTok, right? And I'm laughing. Keep in mind, if I don't respond, it's just because like, you're right next to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need. So I'm laughing. I swear 5 minutes later, she'll walk into my room and be like, did you see my TikTok? I'm like, ma'am.
I love that.
Yes, I did. But yeah, a lot of the memories that I'll cherish forever would just be the times with my teammates and us just laughing, and we'll make funny jokes, or we'll laugh at something on TikTok. Because we didn't really have that much time to really go out like every other sport, because we were literally the first sport.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys get to spend time with Snoop Dogg?
I did.
Yeah.
During me and Suni's like interview time after our team, after all around.
It's basically the face of this country right
literally,
now.
I'm so honestly, I'm so happy he got this opportunity, like for real, because he was with Kevin Hart during the 21 Olympics, and they did their little, whole show that they had, and I think I feel like it gives people a different platform when it comes to whether it's commentating or whether you're just walking around. Like, Snoop is literally the uncle of all sports. That's how I see it. Like, I swear he would be at gymnastics one day, and the next thing you know, I'm on social media and he was at equestrian. I was like, what is happening? And then you're at fencing, and then
he's
it's
doing
like,
a lot.
Yeah, he's doing it all.
Yes. So I think it was really cool having him. People say he's our mascot, and I wouldn't have asked for a better mascot, because he is really he's a pretty cool dude.
Awesome.
Yeah,
we loved it. It's been so fun to watch. Well, we are so grateful for you to come in and talking with us. This is amazing. Like we said, we cannot congratulate you enough.
Thank you.
Seriously, congratulations
for what you've done
incredible.
And being like such a great representation of gymnastics and the United States.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It's really awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan.
No, thank you for having me. And I love your guys' chicks in the house.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're going to use you saying that.
Really, like, chicks in the office, like, that's just so perfect. My nickname is Chick, so that's why.
There you go.
Oh, it's very fitting.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
3 chicks.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys so very much. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and are about to have a great week. Love you, and we will talk to you on Wednesday. Episode will be out a little later because we're going to recap The Bachelor finale. So the episode will come out a little bit later. All right, we love you very much. Bye.